My name is Jessica Skobel. I'm an MSW, and I'm a therapist here at Ellie.
What inspired you to get into the mental health field?
I think, like a lot of people who are in this field, we all have our personal experiences with mental health, be it through ourselves or through our family members. And I happened to graduate college during the pandemic, which I think for a lot of people was sort of a moment to be thoughtful about what we want to do. And I kind of saw a need in the world that wasn't being met, and so that was where I ultimately decided to go back to school and go into therapy because of just the growing mental health crisis. I wanted to help out where I could.
What is it like being in the mental health field after the pandemic?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy how many people will come in and say, well, this really got worse for me during the pandemic, or I started noticing these issues during the pandemic. Like, for everybody, it's a juncture in their life, good, bad, indifferent. We all mention it when we talk about, the last few years. So there's so much need. It does feel like we're always trying to keep up with that need, but it definitely gave people a moment to sort of reflect and figure out what to do next.
Do you see more people, coming in after the pandemic?
Yeah. I mean, it's just increased. I mean, I think obviously there were so many overwhelming negatives of the pandemic, but I think one positive of the pandemic is it sort of brought some of the struggles that a lot of people are going through to the forefront of the conversation and said, hey, we need to talk about this. This can't be ignored anymore in order for us to be able to move on. So people who maybe never would have sought mental health before are seeking it out now, which is good.
What are some of the things you've learned from your clients?
Oh my gosh, I've learned so many things from my clients. On the basic, very small level, I learned about all sorts of different hobbies and skills, and I see a lot of kids, so they love to tell me about like games or movies that I would have never learned anything about. But on the bigger scale, I also work with the older population, and I learn a lot of life lessons. Obviously, I'm on the younger side, so when people come in and they tell me things about their lives and things that they've been through, I feel like it's like reading a book, but better. It's, these stories of everybody's lives, and people have been through some amazing things and overcome.
Do you see younger people being a little more open than older people in talking about themselves?
I think it can go either way. I think sometimes kids are like, woohoo, let's talk. And sometimes they're a little more shy and hesitant to open up. And then on the other side of that spectrum, sometimes, the older population can be a little hesitant about mental health. But sometimes it's like, uncorking a bottle that they're just like, oh my gosh, I'm here and I'm ready to talk and I'm just going to spill it all out.
So you do a lot to help others, but what do you do to help your own mental health?
I've already mentioned reading a couple of times. I'm a big reader, so I do like to read. And I also like to write, my own kind of stories. And I've brought that into therapy a lot. I do something called narrative therapy with people where we write our own life stories and we kind of make meaning out of that. So for myself, I use it to relax, but it does find its way to creep into here too.